All right. Peace and love, everybody. So let's jump into another question and answer live consultation so that you guys can get the information that you need and the perspective that you need in order to do the things that you need to do to make sure you get the best quality of life, health, and happiness for yourself and the ones you love, right? Um, I will say, starting now, and in all videos from this point, I am not a licensed practitioner. So what that means is legally I'm obligated to let you know that in order for you to get the professional services that you require, mandated by the government, which doesn't give a shit about your health, right? You know that with COVID, you must go to your licensed medical practitioner. I am here for educational purposes only. I'm here to make sure that you have the other perspective, the perspective of information that doesn't put you in a funnel where you're taking medication and following an insane system. All right, so let's dive right in. There was a lady that messaged me. She said, I had a C-section. I also have fibroids, and I have allergies and other factors causing asthma attacks. What would I fully suggest for her to take to help fully heal? Again, I want to always stress the fact that everything is connected. And if you want to get healthy, then you must understand the 9 pillars of health, which I've listed thoroughly for you in the free article. And I provide a lot of free resources for you to get that info. That is the only way that you're ever going to secure your health. But to give you something, to give you a rope, to give you a cup of water in the desert, to give you some lotion on a very, 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 very dry day, I'm going to make it very simple for you, sis. All the problems that you described, the C-section can be problematic because that's not really the natural process, but we do live in an unnatural world. But when you tell me you have fibroids, you have allergies, and you have asthma attack, I don't know if you know, but I was an asthmatic. For most of my life, I was an asthmatic. And that only corrected itself as I healed myself from the STDs courtesy of Georgia State. Everything left as well. What I do want to say is that the main problem that you have is chronic inflammation. And I know I'm gonna sound like Sadie, but you have a deficit of cellular energy being donated to your cell. So as a result, your body is creating inflammation as a way to try to help itself. The body doesn't create things to harm you. It creates things to show you what it is that you need to do. So the fact that you have fibroids, I know that you have a hormonal imbalance where the energy is not flowing either because of emotions, either because of chemicals, either because of a mineral deficiency. But when you want to heal the wound, you have to get herbs that heal the wound. And then you have asthma and then you have allergies. For me, when I was 8 or when I was 3, it started, right? But then when I turned 7 years old, it got really bad. Why? Because the Sahara dust would come in over the month of October and November. And the Sahara dust is a positively charged storm of dust, right? And positive ions irritate your body like dust during the spring season. The pollen gets it. Oh my gosh, and it goes crazy. Why? Because it's pollen, it's dust, it's an irritant, right? So what you need to do, honestly, if you can, I would recommend you to just get in the 20-day the God Body Detox, God Body Full Body Detox. Why? Because it gives you a whole bunch of herbs. It gives you the information. It's giving you the class that I created, and it gives you the accountability and support of myself and the group. Really, really and truly, here's the things. Let me try to package it more, before you get inside the 20-day group detox, which comes about every seasonal shift. Simple. I need you to drink 12 ounces of water every 2 to 3 hours. Make sure that the water is good quality. If you don't know what water that is, you need to get the protocol bundle, or really just take the God Body Detox. I put all of that in so I could change your life. You need to drink water correctly so that all the chronic inflammation can get more hydrogen so that it can be flushed via the lymphatic system. You need to eat less foods that are processed. And if you think like that, that eliminates a whole range of foods, right? Eat more foods that are whole and natural. Incorporate one grapefruit a day. If you can't eat grapefruit, then learn to love it, because grapefruit are one of those fruits that when it comes to allergies, when it comes to mucus, when it comes to building the blood, when it comes to strengthening the liver, when it comes to health, in a world where we all have insane inflammatory responses, grapefruit is amazing. So is the lemon, so is the grape, so is the lime, right? You notice if you eat the grapefruit, it kind of resembles the lime and the lemon. There's a good reason for that. So, in you wanting to get healthy, I want you to begin to take one of these things that I've said in this video and begin to apply it consistently all the time. The number one thing being the water intake for you. At least that's what my intuition is saying. Breathing is also a superpower, but if you can do one that's easier, I found that water is usually easier for people to just drink down 12 ounces every 2 to 3 hours versus trying to get someone to sit and breathe, right? Because the body hasn't been trained to do that. So you have to, like anything, build the muscle to be able to do it. Otherwise, that behavior won't stick. And here's something else I want to tell you. When you're drinking the water, make it so that you connect it to an emotion that brings you pleasure, right? I said in a previous video, I think it was a video on Prozac, the bad, ugly, and the good, right? Looked at that video and I showed him how to hold the water and infuse it with intention. What I want you to do when you drink your water is say, I love myself. I release all sadness, because sadness weakens the lungs, right? My asthma got really bad. I had an asthma attack when I was 3, and then my asthma went through the roof every year. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, every year consistently. Why? Because the year it started was the year that my father left. And when you are sad and depressed, your body goes like this. When you go like this, you weaken the lungs, right? So somewhere, somehow in your life, you internalized a sad emotion or a sad experience, and that really is wreaking havoc on your body. Emotions are very important. So I would recommend for you to make a habit of drinking the water, but infuse it with positive emotion. And you can do that simply by sitting down and thinking about a moment where you were so filled with love and joy and peace and harmony and excitement and awe and wonder for life. And feel that, and then drink the water. Because over a period of time, what's going to happen is the emotion is going to be linked with the activity, right? Because things that are wired together or fired together, wired together. Birds of a feather flock together. When you do one thing with another thing, they become synchronized, right? Ivan Pavlov and the dogs. He would put the food out, ring the bell, the dogs would eat. Put the food out, ring the bell, the dogs would eat. Put the food out, ring the bell, the dogs would eat. Over a period of time, all he had to do was ring the bell, and the dogs would begin to salivate. They would come and run looking for the food. Why? Because the bell was the indication that the food was near. And when they began to eat the food, they would salivate to digest the food. So the body created a program that said, bell, food, eat, bell, food, eat, bell, food, eat, and it merged together. Right? So, sis, I know that will help you if you apply it. So please do your best to apply, because you are a mother. You're a mother taking care of children. Hopefully if everything is still there. And I know it can be difficult, but you have to reach deep inside yourself, because once you heal, then your children will forever never have to deal with any of the problems that you're facing right now. And that should be motivation enough for you to do the things that you need to do to get the results that you're looking for. All right, sis. One love.